Have you ever thought of porridge as an ancient survival technique? In China, it was. Let's roll back 8,000 years to northern China, where the ancestors of modern Chinese people were already farming millet, which is a kind of grain, somewhat similar to wheat or rice. Archaeologists digging around Hebei found traces of those early crops, and even more amazing, they found 2 different cooking pots, which on the face of it isn't too impressive, but remember, we're talking about thousands of years old. One pot was used to make porridge, and the other to make rice. That's right, humanity had already invented the difference between soupy and sticky. The poor man's survival trick. So why did people eat porridge? Simple, not enough grain. When you don't have enough rice to feed the family, what do? Add more water. More of a survival strategy than a recipe, really. Even the famous novelist Cao Jin, author of Dream of the Red Chamber, lived mostly on porridge because he couldn't afford full meals. Truly a starving artist, surviving on what was basically the ancient equivalent of instant noodles. The legend of the 1,000 Slurp Feast. There's this wild story from the northern and southern dynasties. A rich clan called the Yin family was so big that a single meal involved thousands of people eating together. Then, famine hit. Even their wealth couldn't fill that many bowls, so they started boiling giant vats of porridge. According to legend, the sound of everyone slurping at once was so loud it could be heard 1,000 miles away. Was it true? Probably not, but it perfectly shows how people linked porridge with hard times and hunger. When the government got involved. By the spring and autumn period, around 2,500 years ago, officials were already giving out porridge to starving people during famines. Why porridge, not rice? Because rice runs out fast. Porridge stretches it. Over time, this became official government policy. By the Ming Dynasty, relief centers called congee kitchens popped up every few miles, serving porridge all winter long, from November to April, to keep people alive through the hungry months. Each adult got only 400 grams of grain a day. That's less than 1 pound. No meats, no vegetables, just watery porridge. And kids under 16, half rations. Just 200 grams of grain per day. The world's worst soup ingredients. Now, 400 grams of grain per day is pretty bad. But wait, it gets worse. Some corrupt officials figured out they could save money by mixing lime powder into the porridge. That's the stuff used for making wall plaster. They did this because it made the pot look fuller and it was much cheaper. But predictably, not everyone would survive eating wall plaster porridge. Eventually, things got so bad that by the Qing dynasty, local governments had to make a rule. Before anyone could serve porridge to the poor, the officials had to eat the first bowl themselves. Later, they even made their entire families eat it, just to make sure no one was sneaking in any extra ingredients. That's a level of quality control I can believe is effective. From poverty to wellness food. All this history left a mark. For centuries, saying, "I had porridge for dinner," basically meant, "I'm broke." Even in the late 1800s, a Chinese writer began his cookbook, The Book of Porridge, by admitting people felt embarrassed to talk about eating it. But not everyone ate porridge out of desperation. In ancient China, elders and nobles also liked it because it was easy to digest, and you didn't need your teeth to chew it. One famous story in Strategies of the Warring States tells how the Queen Mother of Zhao said she could only eat porridge, not because she was poor, but because she was old, and it went down easier. From famine food to comfort food. Fast forward to today, and porridge has had a glow up. What used to be a symbol of poverty has become a classic comfort food. From silky Cantonese congee with pork and century eggs, to seafood porridge, and of course oat porridge with milk. It's now all about warmth, nostalgia, and love. So, next time you enjoy a bowl of porridge, remember, you're not just having breakfast, you're tasting 8,000 years of human resilience, and maybe a tiny bit of ancient survival wisdom.